What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Dining with Derion. On today's episode, we're having potato, cheddar, and bacon soup. Let's go.
1, 2, 3.
An all-new series that captures the essence of traditional Southern and classic meals, bringing families together with tried and true recipes passed down from one generation to the next. So pull up a chair and join me. Okay, so over here I have laid out all the ingredients for this soup. The base is the potato. Then I have 3 strips of bacon here. I have some scallions or green onions, if you like to call it. A little bit of flour, some more regular onion, a little garlic puree, some ground black pepper, some better than bouillon, chicken flavor. They have a Maggi cube, it's also chicken flavor. And then lastly, we have some mild cheddar and some heavy whipping cream. And we're gonna be filming this again in real time somewhat because it's a very quick and simple dish to prepare. So I'm gonna be cutting up all of my ingredients here in front of y'all. I haven't really prepped anything as I have done in my previous video. So I'm gonna be cutting up stuff in real time so y'all can get with the program with me, okay? Let's do it.
Can you explain the history of the knife?
Okay, cool. So this knife is near and dear to me because throughout my whole life growing up, all my great aunts again and my grandma, when we was going in the collard green field, they call this a butcher knife. I think that's how they say it. No, well, they don't say it like that, but it's a butcher knife. And it is pretty much a country knife from the backwoods of Georgia. And everywhere I've gone since my first duty station, this knife has been with me. And my grandma would get me one. And she also sent me a knife sharpener with it.
Nice.
All right, cool. So first I'm gonna start with my potatoes, and these are just regular rustic potatoes. I'm gonna cut them down the middle like that there. And I'm gonna cut up all my ingredients that needs to be cut up after I'm done with this potato. Me, and again, this is preference. If you like to take the skin off, you can take the skin off, but I like the skin. It's just more nutrients that the potato has. But I'm gonna cut down the middle of the whole potato, and then I'm gonna split down the middle again. And I'm just gonna start cutting it into like little cubes. Again, preference, whatever you like to cut. And then, I mean, that's about it for me. Probably could be a little smaller if you like, or a little larger if you like. And then I'm just gonna put them over here in this water. I'm gonna put them in the water to keep them from browning while I'm doing the rest of my ingredients.
So what's like the temperature of the water?
That's just room temperature water.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want it to be no hot boiling water or anything like that because it's gonna cook the potato. This is just to keep it from browning while I'm, again, cutting up the rest of my other ingredients. And again, this is fairly quick. A lot of y'all probably wondering too. Yes, I did already clean my potatoes on the outside, as well as my scallions over here. I've already washed them. I just wanted to get right into this with you all. They'll rest there until we're done. I'm gonna cut up this regular onion really quick. And what I'm gonna do at this point, right before I start cutting up this bacon, I'm gonna go ahead and get this pot hot. There's nothing in it, but I'm gonna cut it on probably about halfway. All right, all that's done with my knife. I'm gonna put it in the sink. All right, so now that all my ingredients are cut up that needs to be cut, I'm gonna go straight in with my base pretty much. And it's gonna be to fry this bacon down to get that grease off, because we're gonna use that grease here in a second. And I'm gonna set that back over here, and I'm gonna cook this bacon down until it's good and crispy. Okay, so now my bacon is cooking down. One thing I did forget to mention to you all is this is a 1-pot dish. And what I mean by that is everything that I'm cooking is gonna be cooked in this 1 pot. And what that'll do for me is to help keep all that flavoring in. I won't have to switch pots. I won't have to cook another ingredient in another pot. Everything is gonna be cooking in this 1 pot. So when I'm done cooking my bacon, what I'm gonna do is take it out, put it to the side, and I'll cook my next thing. And then I'll take that out, put it to the side, and then I'll start combining everything back into this 1 pot. So again, I'm just cooking down my bacon. It's sizzling pretty good. Now we're gonna let it get a good golden, crispy brown. Now I'm gonna show you that here in a second. It's not gonna take long for this bacon to cook down. Okay, as y'all can see, my bacon has cooked down and it has made a lot of grease. So what I wanna do is, I wanna save that grease in the bottom of this pan because we're gonna use it. We're gonna use it to make a roux. So while I'm taking my bacon out, I'm gonna hold it against the side so I can drain as much of that grease back into the pan as possible. Because we're gonna use it to make a roux. I'm just set this bacon to the side in my little napkins here. Again, I'm just draining as much grease as I can out back into the pan as I'm setting my bacon to the side. This is pretty much what we call the drippings. This is the good stuff, right? So I'm gonna go right in with this flour on top of this oil from the bacon drippings.
And how much flour was that? Just about?
So a good rule of thumb, what I like to go by now is, I just add flour in a little at a time. So if I was making something like a gumbo, I would say equal part. And what that means is, however much flour I put in, it's the same amount of oil, and vice versa. If I put a cup of oil, I'm gonna put a cup of flour. But again, when I'm making gravies and I'm not measuring, what I like to go by is, leave your roux loose. So after that, we're gonna go in with just a little bit of your scallions. I'd say probably about half of them. And then I'm gonna go in with all of this onion right on top of that roux. Again, I didn't cook it too long. And then I'm gonna squeeze just a tad bit of this garlic puree. You can use regular garlic, again, preference. And then I'm gonna cook this down like for maybe a minute. Again, I'm gonna cook it not to where my roux is too dark. And from here, I'm gonna go right on top of the onions, the garlic, and the scallions. I'm gonna just go right on top of this.
It smells so good too.
Right? And the reason I do it like this is because at this point, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go in with water just to the top of my potatoes. And I'm gonna further explain why I'm using water, because you can use chicken broth, but I'm gonna go with water today because I didn't get any chicken broth. But I'm gonna show y'all how y'all can make something like your own chicken broth. And again, I'm gonna just go right until I cover these potatoes up. I don't wanna go too high over them. And again, hey, that one potato like is barely sticking up. And I'm gonna go back over here. And from this point, y'all haven't seen me put any seasoning in, right? This is gonna be my seasoning. I'm gonna use Better Than Bouillon. This is the chicken flavor. And then I'm gonna use a Maggi chicken cube. Seasoning, you can season it however you like. This is gonna be my seasoning today. And again, the reason I'm using this Better Than Bouillon chicken flavor is because I didn't use chicken broth. So this is gonna pretty much turn this water into a broth. Also, the Maggi cube will help do that as well. And I'm just gonna grab just probably like a teaspoon. And you wanna be careful with this because you don't wanna over season it because this is very salty. And I'm gonna drop this whole Maggi cube in. Okay, as y'all can see, I'm gonna turn this handle around this way. But my mixture, my potato soup, rather, has come to a rolling boil. And from here, you're gonna do two things. So I have like my taste spoon. I always do this when I cook. But from here, you're gonna taste to see if you need more seasoning or not. So what I do is just dip my cooking spoon in, and then I just dab a little bit on my tasting spoon. And from here, dang, it's almost perfect. But this is what I'm gonna do. And again, season of preference. But I'm just gonna add a little black pepper here because I didn't do that earlier. My grandma would die if she see me leave that spoon out like that. So I'm just add a little black pepper. And I'm also gonna add just like a tad of salt.
Oh, that's cool salt.
Oh yeah, that's my salt grinder. Got that off Amazon. Shop Amazon if you want it. I got the pepper as well.
How much was it?
I think about 20 or 30 bucks if I remember right. But at this point, I'm gonna add just a little heavy cream, and the heavy cream is gonna do two things. It's gonna give it the milky consistency, that cream consistency rather. Dog, I can't even get it open. And then let's just say if you made a mistake and got your roux a little too dark, which mine is, this is perfect for me. But this is also gonna lighten up that roux. And again, I'm just gonna swirl a little bit of it in here. Not much. I'm not gonna stir it around. And again, it's just gonna give it that creamy consistency. And this is about like the last 5 minutes. I'm gonna pour just a tad bit more in here. This is about just the last 5 minutes before I turn my pot off and add my last few ingredients. Okay, at this point, my soup is completely finished. All of my potatoes are soft to the touch of a fork. I can put my fork all the way through, as well as this is a good consistency for me, right? So lastly, I'm gonna add in a little bit of that bacon back to the pot. I don't wanna add in all of it because I'm gonna use some of it as a garnish, right? A little bit of that bacon. And then some cheese. Last ingredient. And again, that's good. So this is mild cheddar cheese. Hence the cheddar bacon soup, right? Okay, as y'all can see, we have our final product. I'm your boy Derion. I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna do the test taste for y'all. You like how I said that? The test taste. But let's jump right on into this. See what it's about. I already know, but you know I'm doing this for y'all. Fun fact about me: if it ain't like lava, meaning my food hot, we have got to run it back in that kitchen. Man, I think this is the best one. This is hitting. On cold days, winter time, anytime, I eat it during the summer. Hey, try this out and let me know what y'all think. All right, again, thanks for joining. As always, like, comment, and subscribe, and look forward to more exclusive content. It's your boy Derion. We're here with Dining with Derion. Until next time, peace.